Hi guys. Just a quick disclaimer: we are working with a new mixer, so the audio quality is going to be a little funky. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the episode. You guys might hear some like clicking. The episode might get quiet a little bit, but we're gonna try to make it work. Enjoy.
And in case you don't know, we don't sound correct, or someone's missing, you'll kind of notice during the episode. Enjoy.
All right, guys. Serious question.
I'm sucking it.
Oh. Okay. Bring it back. Serious question. What gaming character have you jacked off to?
Let's say 2B from Nier Automata.
Oh, I did not think I was going to get an answer. Okay.
Yoshi.
Wow.
Wow.
Whoa. I was just going to say Lara Croft from Tomb Raiders, but wow. Okay. Let's get started. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Co-Flop Gaming. I'm your player number one. My name is Eric, a.k.a. Talledge, also known as... What are we doing right now? Whatever. I blanked out.
What up, guys? It's your favorite player, too. Is Don Pachi's here, ready to play my favorite games of all time, but also retract on who we're talking about today.
You just blank out too?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Fire.
Yeah.
Is nobody going to talk about player 3?
Oh, that's right. We don't have a player 3 today.
No, we have a player 3. It's just one out of 4 of us didn't make it today, but...
He's fine. He's alive. We're not saying it in that way.
We're only calling him out so he can listen to this part, but we're not going to tell him this part is in until later.
Well, on that note, hi, Pookies. It's player number 4, Cozy Alley Girl, here for another round.
Fire. Absolutely fire. All right, so today's episode is going to be a little bit more lighthearted. It's one of those things I just wanted to ask basic questions, general knowledge about each other, right? We all know each other, but then we all kind of grew up with different experiences in this world we like to call of gaming, right? I remember I was talking about this topic with Don Pachis the other day when we were trying to think of last month's episode. Then I also sent it to Ellie as well, and she was like, either topic is great, and like this is kind of the day I wanted to talk about it. What we're talking about right now is, why do you game? Like, all of us, we have a very busy life, right? We all have a full-time job. We all have other prior obligations. Some of us have relationships and all that stuff, right? Sometimes it's hard to just fit in gaming when you can, or just anything. So again, why do you game? Like, what was that reason why you started gaming in the first place?
I think when I started gaming, I was younger, and it was just because it was something to do. And then as I got into, a couple of my favorite games, it became kind of like an outlet for me, like a way to get out of my head.
Like you shocked yourself? Like an outlet when you put a fork in it?
Yes, exactly. Hair standing up and everything.
Fire.
Nice. My introduction game was very young.
An outlet and you put a fork in it?
Yeah, to put fork in the hair stand up. You get it.
Fire.
Yeah, you definitely get it.
Fire.
Fucking, yeah.
Fire. Okay, go ahead.
So,
Fire.
Yeah.
Sorry, my fault.
being the middle child, having an older sibling, he got spoiled with all the games and stuff, so it pretty much just follows with any of his, like, hand-me-downs, leftovers, whatever game he wasn't playing, I would be playing it. So I got introduced very young age, while having his hand-me-downs.
Okay. Kind of the same thing. Like, I grew up with a big family, and a lot of us gamed differently, right?
And it was an outlet for you?
No.
You put a fork in it?
Fork in it,
No,
yeah.
no.
And then your
Fire.
hair stood up? Fire.
Is that what it sounds like when I say it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's only funny when I do it.
Mm.
Oh. Anyways, fuck. It's fucking my house. Bastards. Anyways, I wouldn't say it was an outlet. I think it was a way to just keep me from getting distracted, because then a flaw of mine's growing up. You can ask my sisters, you can ask my mom. I got distracted very easily. You guys can tell just based off our friendship.
I thought you were gonna go into somewhere deep, like you were abused or something. I was like, whoa, it's not that kind of space, bro.
Well, yeah, like any ethnic person, you get abused, right? But it's not really abuse; it's just being disciplined.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Fire.
Fire. But shut up. Fuck. Anyways, let me talk. Let me get this out. I'm gonna get distracted again. Anyways, it was a way to just focus my mind onto one thing, right? Because when it comes to any type of game, it has all these visuals, all these colors, all these music. It's so many things you have to think about all at the same time. That's kind of the reason why I think gaming pulled me in. I don't think it's the reason why I play video games, but it's like definitely attracted me to it because of just everything that goes on into any game, like even just one game itself. Just kind of feeding off of this, what makes you still game now? Because I know for myself, right, there's days I come home, each shift I work at least 10 hours, and I come home, I still have to do all my chores and everything like that because I like clean house. Well, semi-clean house. I don't clean everything all at once, but that's besides the point. What keeps you guys like in the mood to game? I think for me, it's just now it is like a stress relief. It is an outlet where I put a fork in it and makes my hair stand up all crazy. You guys like how I did that? You guys like
Fire.
Fire. But yeah, like that's how it is now, because then I focus so much on my job that the one thing I look forward to when I come home is just play anything mindless, anything to just keep my mind distracted. Do you guys have anything like that?
Like playing with yourself and everything.
You get it?
All right, for
You
sure.
get it? Like the video game characters we said we jacked off to?
Yeah.
Fire, like Yoshi?
Whoa, the intro was crazy. Especially when you said like wanted to start the things lighthearted. I don't know if that was lighthearted, bruh.
Oh. Well, we all have a different definition of lighthearted. So.
All right. Well, anyway, yes. Yeah, going back to you, like working, and like finding that outlet, plug in, fork, hair stand, whatever. It's just a way for me to distract myself, especially with a lot of things going through my mind and runs through. These games help me focus more on the plot and actually the objectives when I'm playing the games. So I don't have to focus on anything that's going on the outside of my mind or out the outside world. It puts me in a different world, and rather I just be in it rather than if I just do it in a VR and stuff.
So would you say it's an outlet?
Yes, an outlet. Stick, fork, hair. Yes, you get it.
Man, you guys aren't making this fun anymore.
For me, I think same thing, because of work and everything and all the stressors that we have going on in life. It's how I kind of like ground myself. Like you guys know, we've mentioned it. I'm a cozy game girl, so I'm playing brain off games. I'm playing an unpacking game. I'm playing a little to the left, placing things where they should be, sorting colors. So it's kind of like I do so much mental work that I'm able to turn my brain off and not think about any stressful things. I'm not, somebody that plays like Call of Duty and have to think about objectives and plots. It's kind of I just go level for level. Maybe I'm putting pencils in a line. Maybe I'm stacking blocks. It's not really mental work for me.
So would you say... No, that's not what I'm going to say.
Yes, it's an outlet. Put a fork in it.
Hair standing up. We get it, Eric.
Fire.
You guys are mean. This is not what I thought today was going to be.
Lighthearted.
Okay.
Yoshi.
Okay. No.
Yoshi.
Yoshi.
God. But yeah, I think as we grow older, we all try to find our way back into why we love playing video games, right? Have you guys ever had a moment where a video game just wowed you, right? Like you're like, this took me like genuinely, it took you out of reality and you were just so invested in this story or this moment or this gameplay. Do you guys have any moments like that?
Like now or in the past?
Either or, like have you seen it now or in previous games? Because I know a lot of us, we played a lot of different games and we have different moments and different reactions and feelings toward each game.
I think for in the past, it was just more the games growing up more was just either like Kingdom Hearts. I think that was like one of the biggest ones. kind of like the Final Fantasy world mixed with Disney characters that I grew up with watching with my mom collecting the videotapes of all the the Disney princesses and princesses. Their movies of like Beauty and the Beast, Rapunzel, Tarzan, Lilo and Stitch, all those movies growing up watching it, and then investing in my world of video games with that world. I think that storyline, very complicated itself, but the first and second one, it was just like investing into those different worlds, you having fun, you reliving your childhood, but also enjoying the aspect of video games of doing an objective, finding someone with the sword, and doing everything you can to gain that power, right? While an adult, you try to find that same passion as you did as a kid when it's the objectives aren't the same or the storyline isn't as good.
Definitely. Just real quick, this is a lighthearted moment for me. I will say, I don't know if you guys are tired of hearing Don Pachis talk about Kingdom Hearts, but every time he talks about it and wears like the heart on his sleeve. Like, it's definitely one of those games that's very influential and impactful in a lot of people's lives, especially for Disney goers. It brought the Disney fantasy into a video game and honestly became almost the greatest thing that ever could be.
Yeah, and the combat system of it and everything. If I get a tattoo, it'd definitely be something Kingdom Hearts. I don't have a tattoo on my body or anywhere.
Pussy.
Yeah, but I would think that maybe like a keyhole or a keyblade would be probably the don't even start. I already know how this is gonna go.
Okay, fine.
You went from lighthearted to dark-hearted now.
Sorry. Wasn't gonna say it.
Yeah, all right.
Gosh.
All right.
Damn.
But there's games like, I've grown up to liking, like Persona, that you and me have been bonding over.
I haven't gotten through the first palace yet. I just finished the first palace.
But it goes back into that adult life. You're focusing more on the adult life. But when you do play, we would say you enjoy it when you do play those games, don't you?
Definitely. When it comes to Kingdom Hearts and any Persona game, especially Persona 5 Royale, it does carry a lot of weight to it. How developers put all their time into this story and each segment of each level, right? I don't come at me. I've never played Kingdom Hearts, right? But I played the genre of an RPG for so long and an MMO for so long. When it comes to Persona 5 Royale, granted, I haven't finished it, but it's just they take their time within each section to develop the story, right? Not only just the characters, but of real life situations. Just spoilers if you guys haven't played the game. Persona 5 Royale takes place in a high school, and the high school is fucked up, like really fucked up. Like the first palace you have to beat is trying to expose a volleyball coach who's abusive to his team and other students and just abusing his power. And he looks at the school as his kingdom. He thinks he's this king. And in Persona, what's the name of the place when you go into the realm? You go into their cognitive reality.
Their persona.
Wow, good job. Wow. And you try to get them back into reality so they can face the consequences of their action in real life. And 100% I can agree. It's a very wow moment, from the music to the graphics, to the storylines, to the characters, to the development. Even though I haven't gotten past the first palace. Actually, I haven't gotten to the second palace, but then it's just the game all the way through has been created beautifully.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yes, I could definitely say that. I would say yes, Persona has been probably one of those games for me. Mm-hmm. But then that's not one of the games I would say really wowed me.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, yes, it wowed me as an adult, like right now. Like I would say that's the game that wowed me.
Yeah.
But a big wow moment that I've had is what's that? There's a WWE game on PlayStation 2, and it's when the Undertaker was still like, his theme song was just keep rolling. Well, what was that one?
There's two games. There's Shut Your Mouth and then Here Comes the Pain.
So dang, it was one of the SmackDown games that I used to play on PlayStation 2.
Or SmackDown versus Raw. Was it that one of them?
No, I played that one, but then it's one of the first SmackDown games. I remember around that time I was watching WWE at the time, or WWF, and playing SmackDown for the first time was the first time I got to fully involve myself in being a part of a wrestling franchise in my head, right? Like you got to create your own characters, you got to be your favorite WWE character. You got to customize your ring entrance and
move sets
and everything like that. And
Uh-huh.
granted, the combat was fairly simple, but like as a child, like watching WWE and wanting to be your favorite wrestler, to do a tombstone,
to win the WWE champion.
to win the WWE champion, to do the rock bottom, like that's what kind of got me into it. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, they really branched out and knew their demographic of who they were selling to. Like they put everything into it. Granted, it's not the greatest graphics of all time. It's actually pretty bad.
At the time, I think it was pretty good.
But yeah, but then that's kind of like one thing
Right
that I'm
now.
just like, I could remember back in
Mhm.
the back of my head, like no problem. Just rolling in with, again, Undertaker at the time was my favorite wrestler, just coming in off his bike. And you could even pull like a metal pipe out of his bike and hit somebody over with it. I was like, wow.
You
There's
can
a lot
also
of-
ride his bike too. I
Yeah.
remember this, yeah. And you can climb up like the WWE SmackDown when they used to have a fist.
Yeah.
You can climb up into.
You can climb up the arena and drop
Yeah.
off of it and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Might be down a little bit. But
Yeah,
you'll
this
be
was
fine.
Ellie. This was like a fun game. I very remember vividly all this game.
I feel like we need to buy this game just so
It
I
is
can try
amazing. I'm
playing
trying.
it.
I will
I have
try
it. I have it.
Yes, we'll bring it around. We'll try it.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those games. It's so old. The gameplay is so broken, but it's just randomly fun.
And the
But those are the best.
no,
Yes.
exactly. So that's why like it's something like that's memorable to me. Like, going on the top
original
of
ideas, basically.
the, yeah, and like I remember going on top of a Hell in the Cell match and slamming someone through the two middle gates and slamming them into the mat. I'm like, wow, I did that.
Or like choke slamming them like off the Hell in the Cell into the tables,
Or
something.
being Mankind and fucking jumping off into the announcer table. I'm like, wow, I seen that on TV, and now I did it in a video game. Now let's do it in real life. Okay, don't do that in real life. You are not a professional. That's why they have all those.
Do not try at home.
Do not try at home. I will still try at home. I'm not a great man.
But they had ring entrances that were like very custom made. So like they had one where it's like you're in a low rider and you're like dancing on there. They had a Spider-Man entrance, which was really funny. So it looked like he was swinging on a web, and it's like
I think that was around
Dang.
when the original Spider-Man movies came out too.
yeah. So they had a lot of weird entrances. One you're in a shopping cart and he crashes, kind of like Jackass style.
Mhm.
But Elliot, this is just it's a crazy ass wrestling game. But
We'll-
it was
we'll
definitely
bring
my
it
favorite
around.
of all time. Yeah.
When we finally have a game night when I come back from vacation, we'll give it a try.
You would use Undertaker, but I would use Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar was also good, especially what was his move? The Cyclone,
The F5.
the F5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, so good.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys always hear about us. But Ellie, we do want to hear your input because you do have a different opinion than what we have. What is that wow moment for you? Was it putting the pencils in a line?
Yes.
And then hold on, and then you sharpen the pencils, so you have to sharpen each pencils down,
yes,
and
actually,
then you actually have to look at each outlet and clean it out with a fork.
yes.
Perfect. I'm good.
And
at
then my
this.
hair stood up.
Well, I'm amazing. I'm amazing at this. Fire.
Gas.
Yoshi.
Oh God.
No, I think for me, it's more of like a moment just in life. So, a little backstory about just my life in general. I have a cousin who is a couple months older than I am. I have a little brother, and then I have a little cousin who's about my brother's age. So, 4 players at all times. We were always playing games. And I could never beat anybody just because I wasn't a huge gamer back then. Like, I'd played just to play with them. And we were playing Mario Kart Double Dash at my house on a GameCube. And I remember beating them for the first time ever. Like, winning first place, like, by miles. And I remember, like, throwing the game controller down and being like, yeah, I finally won! Just because it brought me so much joy because I could never win.
I definitely can agree with that type of moment. Those type of moments you'll never forget, and you kind of you'll hold it over them, right? I actually had that moment pretty recently, probably in the last couple of months. So if you guys listen to some of our last episode, Augie and I are like really big into Tekken. Augie and my cousin and another friend of mine has the one that's like taught me how to play the game a little bit better. Our characters at the time, Augie was playing with King, and I was playing with, who was I using? I was using Law, right?
Yeah, you're losing.
I was using Law, and the mechanics changed from Tekken 7 to Tekken 8, so I had to relearn it a little bit. And after like a couple of weeks, I finally beat Augie, and it was the best experience of my lifetime. However, it was so funny because then I heard him. He was gonna say, he's like, bro, good job. That was actually a really good set from you.
Yeah.
But I yelled, fuck yeah, you're a piece of shit. Fuck you. And it transpired to me playing his main, which is Harong, and I got my ass whooped. Got my ass whooped pretty hard.
Yeah, but he got better and he actually beat my Horong fair and square. So
Once. So yes, there is a special moment when you finally beat the people who are better than you, because it shows the progress that you have made.
yes,
Would you concur?
100%.
mm-hmm.
Concur is a big word.
Concur.
It's not.
What's up, gamers? It's the Don Pages here. I'm calling all dreamers. If you love Disney but like to keep it subtle, check out Blissful Dreamers only on Instagram, where they sell keychains, bags, stickers, and even post Disney park fits in case you need help for free. If you like to keep it subtle and looking for a Disney park staple to your next trip, check them out at Blissful Dreamers only on Instagram.
Okay, going back into it. Those are very like special moments, right? Me and Don Pachis, Augie, mi hermano has talked about this so many times. We talk about the games that's got us hooked, right? For Augie, it was Kingdom Hearts. For me, it was Pokemon Emerald. And
Sorry about the game, by the way.
I don't even think anyone knows what we were talking about.
That's fine.
Small reason why he's saying sorry is because in the past episode we talked about how Don Pachi started soldering and started fixing games. I need a new battery on my Pokemon Emerald, and then he fucked my whole cartridge up. Luckily, we found some dude where?
In the UK.
In the UK, and he actually fixed it for $50, and I basically had a whole brand new game.
I found someone that does it here now, so it's a lot cheaper, and he's really close. So.
That's great.
Yeah. But we won't have to do that
Anyways,
again. But it's a whole
yeah.
new cartridge.
But yeah, so those are the games that like got us hooked, right? For me, as I said again, Pokemon Emerald kind of flipped the narrative for the genre for a really long time, because then a lot of the games were just, it's a turn-based game and you understand how Pokemon work. You catch Pokemons, you train them, you beat all the gyms, you beat the Elite Four. But this one was just kind of special because then it's the first time that I could remember that brought two games into one successfully, and it like meshed the story very well for me.
Yeah.
And then having every single Pokemon from Gen 1 all the way to Gen 3 was just kind of just a very special moment for me. So tell our listeners, did you have a game that way for you?
It's going to sound really weird, but Zelda, what was it? Zelda the Wind Taker? Wind
The one that we were talking about?
I think it's like
Windwalker.
The one on the
Windwalk-
GameCube?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about that.
It's just something about it. Like, my mom used to give us, so much game time depending on like the amount of chores we did, and I just remember sitting in front of the TV and just completing level after level after level, completing all the tasks just to move on to the next portion of it. Just the story behind it too. It's just something that I was like, ooh, this is fun. It's easy. You're completing tasks, but at the same time, it's like a mindless task. That, and then also, it's gonna sound really weird, but Sonic XD.
That's not weird.
That's
a
a really
valid
good
game.
one.
I absolutely loved collecting the rings and shooting Sonic or Tails down the little walkways. It's just something about it. Like, it was just so thrilling at the time.
I think, yeah, so we said Windwalker, but it's actually Wind Waker. So you were right the first time. That's actually the name of the game. Originally, it was supposed to follow through with Ocarina of Time, like that animation. But they did a 180 and they decided to do it cartoon style. So that's where Toon Link came in, and everyone enjoyed it. So I
It was a
assume,
good game.
yeah, everyone really loved it and loved that genre of it.
I'm trying to buy it for my GameCube so I can try it out.
Oh, good luck. It's very pricey.
I know. I never had a GameCube growing up. So now that I have adult money and I have a GameCube myself, I'm trying to relive my childhood.
So for the GameCube era, for me, it was more Melee and Super Mario Sunshine. Those were my two big time ballers games that I loved playing. Especially Sunshine, just the fact that it's like Super Mario 64, but with the water gun, basically. So it was really fun.
I might still have Zelda. I have to double check where we put the GameCube at, but we might still have it.
Okay. I will definitely hit you up for that. Oh, going back to it. The game I was referring to was WWF SmackDown Just Bring It. was the game that I grew up playing.
That was in PlayStation 1, no?
Well, I think they made one for PlayStation 2 also.
Really? I'm gonna
Yeah,
double check
I have it right here, right there, right in front of you, bud.
Just bring it.
Anyways,
I think
that
that's PlayStation
and
1.
also SmackDown versus Raw 2006
PlayStation
was
2.
also a good one. Anyways, go ahead.
Smackdown.
You get it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Back when it was WWF, not WWE.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, mi hermano, besides Kingdom Hearts, was there any other game that got you hooked? Right. For me, another game I could remember, from my earliest memory, what got me hooked was it was a Star Wars game, Star Wars Racer on N64. Do you remember that? Have you ever played that one?
I have. It's like Squadron Racers, I
Mhm.
think. Yeah.
But yeah, that one,
My cousin had that one.
yeah, that one was cool because I remember after watching Star Wars with my dad, like when I first played, I think it was just the bundle that came with the game. It was just kind of cool to be like Luke Skywalker and racing on his what's the name of his vehicle called? I'm not
I'm not
that
a big Star
on
Wars
Me
fan, yeah,
neither.
unfortunately.
My
Sorry
wife's
for
here.
any Star Wars people.
My wife's here. Honey, do you know the name of the vehicle that Luke Skywalker rides on? We'll wait.
Oh, wait, it's crazy.
Okay, anyways, so she couldn't find it.
But I get what you're saying. The Squadron, one
Yeah.
of the Squadron Racers, yes.
So, just from that was like one of my first games before I got my Game Boy, and it's pretty fun. Then Pokemon Stadium. So those were like kind of the games that got me like hooked into playing a little bit more. Oh,
Fuck Pokemon Stadium. I fucking hate that game.
oh,
It's fun. The
Awesome.
multiplayer is fun. No, don't get me wrong. But you.
Are you talking about like the gyms?
Oh yeah, big
No,
time.
Jim's hard as
like
hell.
getting the trophies and shit. I
Hard
like
as
to get a
fuck.
surfing Pikachu. Fuck that. The RNG is ridiculous in that fucking
It's
game.
awful.
Yeah, it's terrible. Anyway,
Yeah. Hold on. Marielle said she found the answer to what I was referring to earlier.
what is the answer?
Yes, I'm asking about Luke. That's what she just said.
Next
The X-wing starfighter.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think not that one. It was the one where he races.
That's not young Luke. That's Anakin. Young Anakin.
When he was racing, was young Anakin?
Yes, young Anakin.
Oh yeah.
Because it's from the first three prequels.
Anyways, you're right. But we'll move forward from there. I don't know Star Wars. Star Wars fan, you guys can come for me.
That's fine.
But yeah.
The game that similar to you was on 64, but it wasn't Star Wars. It was actually this is where my love for monkeys came, and that's Donkey Kong 64.
Also a really good game.
That was
Great game.
That's my favorite N64 game of all time, besides Mario 64 and of course Super Smash Brothers. But the only reason why I enjoyed that game so much is because the variety of characters you were able to use, and Chunky was my favorite character to use. Everyone loved Donkey or Diddy.
Chunky was the muscle one, right?
Yeah, Chunky was the muscular
Oh, yeah.
one. I always wanted to be big and tough like him, like growing up when I was a little kid. So and
Now
he was,
you're just big.
and he was scared,
Sorry.
always scared. So,
He's tough.
but he was like always scared. He never wants to get picked. So like I kind of grew up liking him, wearing hats because of him a lot. But there was just the adventures of actually grabbing the bananas and try to get to like finish every level. I never got to finish it growing up, but I finally got to finish it, I think, out of high school. I finally sat down and actually finished the game like legit without any cheats and doing the arcade because you needed a Nintendo coin to get the last banana or key to move on to the last level.
Let's also not forget that you finished it while you were at work too. Just want to throw that out there.
I was finishing it at the process, yes. I got it on the emulator. Legal ROM, by the way, for the FBI that watches my podcast or on my phone that's been tracking me.
FBI watches our podcast.
Probably.
That's crazy.
My
Anyways.
house
Can I get a job?
My house
Me
has
too.
my house has been swatted before, so just in case the FBI is watching me at all times, yes, it's legal. I have all the ROMs and everything properly.
Wow. You also missed the most important thing,
What is it?
the intro theme song.
Yes, everyone knows the intro theme song.
Donkey
It's very
Kong.
iconic.
DK. Donkey Kong. That's my couch if you guys were wondering what that squeak was.
He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. He's finally back to kick some tail with his coconut gun that fires in spurts, and he'll shoot ya. It's gonna hurt. I know the whole song.
But I'm not a rapper. I wanted to mention something. This is probably well-known knowledge already, but I just found it out. Did you know the Donkey Kong that we grew up with from N64 till now is not the original Donkey Kong?
Yeah, it's not. It's actually the son of Donkey Kong.
Mm-hmm.
It's Donkey Kong Jr. actually.
Yep.
The actual Donkey Kong we grew up with when it was Jumpman, when before Mario was called Mario, it was Jumpman.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually Cranky Kong. It's the older one.
So, Ellie, did you know that?
I didn't know that.
So
Yeah.
to put it in perspective, so do you remember in Donkey Kong 64 how you see like an older monkey in there that's like sitting in the tree hut?
Yeah.
He's the professor. Yeah,
He's
like the lab, whatever.
Not the professor. There's another one in like the.
Yeah,
like,
In a
it's the same
rocker?
one.
it's the same one.
Yeah, same one.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that
the rocker. Uh-huh.
yeah, so that older one is the one that is the original Donkey Kong from the Jumpman game. So before and Jumpman before it was Mario. So
That I knew.
because then I think people are just finding out recently. So I think it's in one of the newer Mario Kart game. They show all the characters of the Mario franchise, right? And then in the background they show their old 8-bit character. And if you look at Donkey Kong's, it's Donkey Kong in a diaper, which from the older video games was Donkey Kong Jr. So the Donkey Kong we grew up with is technically Donkey Kong Jr.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why Sir Don Pachi's Augustine likes Donkey Kong, because he is also a junior. Loser.
But
You're not a loser. I'm so sorry. That's
But-
not the reason why I think you're a loser.
But I also grew up with all the Donkey Kong games, like from SNES, watching my cousins play that one. Donkey Kong Country was the first one that really got them going, and everyone wanted the sequel after the third one. They wanted, like, all right, what's going to be next for 64? That's where Donkey Kong 64 came out, and it was an open world, travel to different worlds, platformer. It was very original for its kind, and Rare made it. Rare was like a small company that made different games like Banjo-Kazooie, I think GoldenEye too. They made 007, I believe. Could be wrong. Don't quote me on this.
I love both those games.
Yeah, and Diddy Kong Racing and like a lot of different genres. Conker's Bad for a Day. That's another one. But they sold their rights to Microsoft because they were getting bankrupt because they weren't making that much games. They weren't making that much money. And so they changed the design of Donkey Kong to now for the new Mario Kart world. It's back to the original design of how Donkey Kong Senior was now.
So is it Donkey Kong Senior or Donkey Kong Junior? Like, I need to know.
It's Donkey Kong Jr., but it's like a different design that matches up back to like the old retro
Nice.
style. So when Donkey Kong 64 and Country came out, it was like the Rare design, like the company Rare. So yeah, R.I.P. to the design. It's one of my favorite designs of all time. But yeah, that's the game I grew up with and loved it. I still play it to this day. I even got the complete inbox N64 of it and the Jungle Green Donkey Kong 64 because of it. I still have to get the controller, which is rare.
Wow, you learn something new every day.
All right, Augie, I'm gonna need you to stand up.
It's a lot of work.
Stand up,
Why are we gonna have him stand up for?
and I need him to drop his mic for all the knowledge he just dropped on us.
No, these mics are expensive.
These mics are really
Why
expensive.
would you do that?
That's true. That's true. I know.
God, the person that we love that made our theme song knows that mic dropping is awful.
They
Why would
weren't-
you suggest that?
And they weren't going to put that theme song. It was just very last minute that they put it into.
I like how he switched it. I like how he tried to save you.
Yeah, they like
How dare you?
very last
Not
minute.
like this morning.
Well, anyways, what we were referring to this morning, I messaged all of them. I'm like, "What's up, mofos? Are we ready to film today?" And then everyone just started attacking me. I don't know why. I'm the nicest one in the group.
Cap.
That's crazy.
Why'd you look over here like that, Meryl? That's rude. I'm getting attacked. Help.
Calling me a mofo at 8:43 in the morning.
Is that when I texted?
That is when you
Yes.
texted.
I could have sworn it was like 9 a.m.
No.
No.
Oh. Wow. Why would you guys let me call you a mofo at 8:45 in the morning? The hell is wrong with you guys?
I'm done.
Anyways. One last question. Fairly simple. There is a influential character in every gaming franchise possible. To you, who is the most influential gaming character and why?
The pencil and Are You a Little to the Left?
Wow, you only heard half the question I asked you, didn't you? Like half. That's great. Why? Fuck. Politely.
Politely's crazy work.
Any day now.
No, if we're going to talk about influential characters, I think for me, it's going to be Princess Peach. She, everybody wanted to be her when you were growing up. And that's kind of what
Good take.
our demeanor was, right? Like, you were Princess Peach, you were going to win everything. And it was just kind of, everybody wanted to be her. She was like Barbie, but for gaming.
Good take. Oh, yeah, no. Good take.
Probably influential characters that I grew up enjoying and wanted to be like was probably like Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid.
Ooh,
Just
fire.
because of like the 5 o'clock shadow. He's like a normal human being. It was just too cool just to be the way he was for no reason at all.
Too cool for school.
And he was in like one of my favorite games, which is Smash Brothers, and I thought that was like the coolest thing was like adding him to like, I guess, family friendly game. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, I can't relate because then I can't get a 5 o'clock shadow. I get more of like a 12:47 shadow.
24 said what?
12:47.
Yeah, I think Metal Gear and Snake was probably one of the best ones that I've seen. For me, let me think.
Do you want to grow dreadlocks like Eddie Gordo? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, definitely. Wow, I did not prepare myself for this question. And I
As
was
you're the one who asked it.
Yeah.
You wanted to be the banana you throw in Mario Kart?
Honestly, no. Fuck you.
Martial law.
No. Why are you naming my Tekken characters?
I don't know.
Toadette.
Oh, fire. No.
Not Bowsette.
No, Bowsette. Oh, I forgot they did do a Bowsette.
Yeah.
Why are you guys ripping? You guys make me get rewind. Play. You guys are making me lose my train of thought. I told you guys I get distracted easily. So there's an outlet, and you put a fork in
Oh my
it.
God. Hair standing up.
Fire.
Fire.
Yoshi. Yes, we already gone through this already.
Wow, this is a really hard question. Good job.
Ash Ketchum.
Good job.
Yeah, like a Pokemon trainer. I feel
No, like yes, I would say Red is one of the most influential character when it comes to Pokemon, but not the most influential character towards me. If I had to actually pick one, it's a tie between Samus and Master Chief.
Master Chief is sick.
But I'll stick with Master Chief because then Halo growing up for my cousin and I has been actually the only real FPS shooter I played growing up because I never really played them growing up. And Master Chief is just something when you just think of him, you automatically think of the good times you had in the Halo franchise, right? Yes, go ahead.
FPS, first person shooter.
Wow, good job, Ellie.
Okay.
Yay!
I just wanted to make sure.
Yes. But you have to think about it like he's this tall, mysterious dude, just gets shit done, everything I wanted to be, and now I'm not mysterious, I'm just a loser. I'm not a loser, I'm actually pretty cool as fuck.
I'm gonna jump on that system too. I think Gears of War was definitely a big influence for me too. I think Dom being like the Latino character, kind of wanted to be badass like him for Gears of War. So
Nice. Well, guys, that was fun. It's great getting to know each other a little bit more each time. Like I know we all hang out all the time, but then we don't really get to go into depth every now and then with this, especially with you, Ellie. So
and Matt, thank you for
thanks,
talking.
Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
We appreciate
You
you.
did great.
Great. Thanks for coming
Like,
today.
This is the
Everything that you've said today was the best thing that could happen.
This is the most quiet he's ever been today.
Dude, I know. But he dropped so much knowledge and we got to learn so much about him today.
I left him in silence for sure.
Right, exactly. It's the first time he's genuinely speechless. Genuinely.
Outlet, fork,
Perfect.
hair standing
Hair
up.
standing up. Fire.
Fire.
All right.
Yoshi.
Yoshi.
Anyways, any last thoughts?
Yoshi.
Where the fuck is Matt? No, crazy.
Great question. Where the fuck is Matt?
No, literally. Where are you?
Answer in the comments below in our Instagram posts. If
Where
when we
do
post
you
this.
think
Where do you
Matt
think Matt
is?
is? The winner will get a shout out in the next podcast episode.
All right. So, Sir Don Pachis, I need you to do a missing persons ad, and that's what we're going to post when we post this.
Oh my
okay?
God, it's going to be great.
Yep.
Matt, if you're listening to this is all your fault.
Yes, definitely.
But you have to put him on a milk carton.
Fire.
I can do it. It's not that
Fire.
hard. I can do it. It's not
Amazing.
that hard.
Anyways, guys,
Last thoughts?
last thoughts. actual last thoughts.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like I'm fucking ready to the bite again, like we did last time. Nah.
Yeah, good job. No, stop
Yeah.
that.
All right. Anyway, so last thoughts. I know that we're all adults and, growing up, and it's just we have, families to think about, our partners to come to at the end of the day. And sometimes
Say that again.
families, partners, to come back to at the end of the day.
Thank you.
God. Anyway, so there won't be times that we won't be able to enjoy the games that we used to play at times. But when we do, I say it's a hell of a ride to go back into all those retro games that we used to play and enjoy them again like we used to. I don't know, a little part of me feels like the little kid comes out of the adult and to enjoy those games.
Self-care. That's a form of self-care. In case nobody, if you need a reason to play a game, take the 15 minutes. Use that 15 minutes as your self-care to ground yourself. It's a crazy time that we live in right now. It's expensive, especially we live in the Bay Area. But those 15 minutes might turn into an hour, but think of all the happiness it'll bring you.
That was beautiful. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But no, on a serious note, which character would you check up to? Anyways, no, but it's just to
Koopa.
kind of feed. Oh God.
Toad.
Now, why are you guys just name Mario characters? Think of something else. Jesus. Anyways,
The big thwomp thing that's getting
fire.
Fuck.
it's like
I like myself with like some big thick dog.
wow. But
Snorlax.
God, let me talk.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Jesus Christ. I was trying to be
Actually, that's a good one.
God. Let me talk.
Nurse Jenny.
Wow. Whoa. Anyways, just to go off of what you fuckers said, I think now that we know each other a little bit better. Oh my God, I am talking. Can you let me do what I need to do? God, you brought out the Tyler the Creator in me. Ah. God, you guys are assholes. Yonkers is crazy. Anyways, as I was saying, it's great to know this now, exactly what I told Ellie earlier. It's I would definitely want to try to play that. What is it, Zelda?
Wind Waker.
Wind Waker, right? Mm-hmm. And you play. What game did you want to try? You wanted to try that SmackDown game that I was talking about. Just bring it. This is a great time now for all of us just to bond and play what we were just talking about, right? And experience what we've experienced back then. It might be a little bit different now because we're older. Our brains are semi more matured. I don't know how much more, but then enough. But yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Yes, my brain is way more mature than yours. I totally get it. I 100% agree with you. You're amazing, Ellie. Good job. Yeah. Good job. Good job, Matt. I agree with that too.
Great
you,
job,
sir.
Matt.
Thank you, sir.
Anyways, that's it.
Yeah.
We good? You guys have fun?
I had a great time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Glad you guys had fun. So, with that being said, you can follow us on all social platforms. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, under Co-Flop Podcast. Again, we are still working on our Twitch. It's because we have full-time jobs and it's really hard for us to get that started, but we will try to get that started as soon as possible.
Y'all be the first to know for sure.
Apparently. Who else is going to know us?
Well, yeah, we're making it. So.
Exactly. Good job. Proud of you.
Fork, outlet, hair. Yeah, you get it.
Fire.
Yoshi.
Then you can also listen to this. Whoa. You can also
Mofos.
listen. Shut up. You can also listen to this podcast on Spotify or YouTube or even Buzzsprout. And with that being said, we're Co-Flop Gaming.
Well, we're good.
Sometimes.
Eh.
And be smooth.